Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Welcome and welcome back. My name is Durant Cersei. I am a singer, songwriter, producer, performer, actor. If you nasty, and welcome to the house of the unofficial and sometimes, as you will see here, the unprofessional fragrance and skincare guru. Baby, after you've watched this video 50 million periodically times, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, go down the description box afterwards. Baby, there's a link to all my music, all my affiliate links, my P.O Box, all those good things. Proof that I am a singer, songwriter, producer, performer, and fragrance extraordinaire. Baby, we are in a revolution, in my opinion. Now, do you want a revolution? Do you want a revolution? Ooh, ooh. I said, do you want a revolution? Ooh, ooh. Baby, we are in a perfume oil revolution. Well, not really. I just want to be dramatic because I am a Leo. We are in a Leo season still. Today, we are talking about perfume oils because right now, I feel like perfume oils are everywhere. But are they better than the sprays? Now, some people will say yes. Some people will say no. I'm not going to, well, it depends on my mood. So I'm not going to say whether or not I prefer them because, you know, there are benefits to wearing perfume oils. Now, one of the benefits is they are longer lasting because from what I understand, they do not use alcohol. You get that intimate sillage, and baby, they are skin friendly. So for the people who, you know, whatever chemicals or whatever that goes into the sprays, you know, instead of getting these little things right here like I got when I sprayed here, you don't have to worry about that when you are using the oils. Now, would I say they are better? I would say that they are better for people who really want to make a statement but don't want to make a loud statement. I will also say that I am leaning more now as I grow into my fragrance realm. I am leaning a lot into perfume oils because one of the things, as far as them having the intimate sillage now, one thing about them is that you could always count on them to be more affordable than the sprays. Well, of course, you know, when you are using sprays, you have more variety. You have, you know, the designer, niche, prestige, and you get a bigger sillage, better projection. But, you know, some days I don't want to do all that. And I know there are people who don't want to do that at all. So this video is for you. Now, first of all, I have a few perfume oils here that are some that I enjoy. Now, this one may be a little bit, you know, I don't know about controversial, but, you know, it is to me a low-key revolutionary product in my opinion. And this is Orabella, and this is Windows to Soul. This right here, if you want to have a perfume oil, but you wanted to have it all over your body, then you spray this on. You got to shake it up. See, shake it up, put that on the skin. See, with the oils, because you can't do this with the sprays. With the oils, you can do this. You can rub, you know. It's going to give you a life. Oh, this smells like I just took a very nice, sweet, citrusy bath. I actually really enjoy this, so I want to really discover more from this brand because I have enjoyed this. I have not given it the love that it needs. I think I'm going to do that more often. So with this right here, this type of perfume oil, this is oil-based. I'm saying it's a perfume oil. You know, I don't know. This is oil-based, okay? This is oil-based. So with this oil-based perfume, you could spray this all over your body. And rub it in. And it will give you that intimate sillage. So what is intimate sillage? Intimate sillage is when you want to make a statement, but you don't want to fill the whole room. However, if people get into your bubble, they're going to be, who is that? This is what this is meant for. And so this one, you spray it all over and you rub it in, baby. After, of course, you do your sunscreen. Now, when my body is out, like my arms or something like this, I will spray a SPF and then I'll spray this on top. You make sure you have your SPF on. I know people will probably do the spray first and then the SPF. No, I think the SPF is going to take away from the fragrance, so I'd rather have it last. At least I'll have the thing rubbed in already. and I put the spray on, you know, to give it that power. But you can start with something like this and get your life. They have different ones. I am definitely going to explore this brand, and I'm going to do like a full video on just this brand one day soon. One day soon. And I always talk about, well, I didn't always. I just said earlier that these are affordable. A lot of these, like this here, I believe this is $100. Of course, it's oil-based, but this is like a fragrance, you know, a fragrance spray. Oil-based. That's why I'm using it here. But I got this for $50. Shout out to Ulta. I signed up to be in the Ulta thing, you know, yeah, I'm still waiting. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but, you know, I just tried. I said, let me try. But I got this for $50, but $100 is really reasonable when you compare it to like the new Valentino that's coming out that's almost $200. So, and this will give you your life longer lasting and, you know, very, very intimate. Another one that I really like, I know a lot of people do not like roller balls. So I'm going to talk about my roller balls right now. And this one here is from Sand & Fog, and this is Vanilla Musk. This one right here is really, really good, but some are more powerful than others when it comes to roller balls. And this is one that really kind of packs more of a punch than I thought it would. This is so good. It's like a very spicy, musky vanilla. I really do like this. Now, when it comes to the roller balls, and this right here is Turkish Rose from Nest. With these here, the roller balls, I know some people can do this, you could do this, you could do this, you know, do this, do that, and you know, that's it. But, you know, with me, I get a little dramatic. So, and you know, usually with the roller balls, I like to tap instead of rolling. I don't know, it makes me feel better because, you know, they say the stuff goes back into here, which, I mean, if you're clean, took a bath, I mean, I don't see why that even matters as long as you're not sharing it. But sometimes I'll just dab it like this, and then rub it in, you know, or I like to rub it instead of, you know, rolling it down here. I used to do that, but I don't do that no more. I just like to tap, you know, and give it its life. So this is another one. And when it comes to sillage power, these are, in my opinion, very project for them to be oils. I think they project very well. So I would say these are really, when it comes to the perfume oils, they're really a bang for your buck, especially if you just want to give that you just smell amazing and you didn't do anything extra. Baby, this will give you your life, baby. Baby. And then also, there's another way that I would do it, and this is Vanilla Musk right here. And you can get this from Ulta. I'll have everything linked in the description box. And so another way to do these, this is a very sweet, sexy, soft. If you like that Charosa, the purple one, the Delicia Drench, this is almost kind of similar to that. This was out first, but this is just a soft, sexy oil. Now with these right here, I prefer, let me see, this one right here. This is the one it reminds me of. This right here. Yeah. So this kind of, if you like the smell right here, if you like the scent of this, then you would love the Vanilla Musk. So with these here, I really like to have them, I like to get my moisturizer. I wash my hands, so, you know, that's why I stuck my hands in there. I've washed my hands. And so with these, I like to just dribble. Well, I'm going to do just a little bit for demonstration purposes because I already have a scent and everything on. So I like to drip these in my moisturizer. Usually I'll have more moisturizer and more oil. And you know, you just rub it in there. And it'll help it project a little bit more, in my opinion. So this is what I really love when they are not roller balls. There's something like this, just poured into your moisturizer. It's just like having an amazing fragrance on top, okay? That is so good. And also it gives you that moisture on top of it, baby. Now, usually I would have, of course, I would do more of an unscented because I want the Vanilla Musk to hang out. Or I have a vanilla, I also have the EOS Vanilla Body Butter. Oh, I love that one so much. I love it better than the lotion. I would use this probably for something like that instead. You know what I'm talking about? These are amazing. So drip them into your non-unscented or something similar here. Drip it in here with your lotion and rub it all over your body, baby. And you will be smelling good all night, baby. You may not take over the room, which is something I like to do because I will use the oils as well as a fragrance. But when it comes to a favorite, we're going to talk about that at the end, okay? And also, I said that there is, they are longer lasting. If you've ever tried Original from Riddle, not only is this long lasting, when you first smell this, because what it does, I don't know the terminology, pheromones, whatever, it adjusts to your skin and make it your thing, but whatever. So it's going to smell different on everybody. This is probably one of my favorite perfume oils, if this even. So this one here, this is the Rollerball 2. This smells like the Amanda Marie says, very heavenly. When you first put this on, a lot of them will do, oh my God. This smells like a person that I love. This is how I want somebody I love to smell. Like, it's just so, it's like you would hug him and then it's like, baby, you have captured me. I feel like this fragrance will capture your man. Like, it will capture me. I mean, I don't know about whoever you talk about, but if somebody I like just grabs me, hugs me with this on, it just smelling it, it's like, I'm going to fall in love. Now, this is one of those that, of course, it, like I said, it adjusts to your skin, whatever the case may be, all that good stuff. But this one in particular, when you put it on, it feels like you're not smelling anything. It's not giving you your life. But I'm telling you, if you do the things, because this one is like kind of non-toxic. You do that, give it this, you know. I like to tap, so you can tap too. So either one, whatever works for you, it's yours. I mean, don't let people be like, oh, your skin particles are getting in there. Baby, it's yours, okay? It's yours. As long as you are clean, baby. We don't care about what no influencers are saying. We do what we want to. We bought it, okay? Y'all using the same makeup and dipping your fingers and using the same brushes. Don't be telling us how to use our rollerballs. But I started doing the dab. It just made me feel better. It had nothing to do with me listening to somebody. But you can do this. Rub it on here. You know, see, when I was doing this, I wasn't getting these. It was when I sprayed. So you do that. And then at first, you know, you rubbing it in. You're not going to get your life. It's not going to... To me, I got my life because I love it. But you may not get it at first because it's going to be like ordinary. But as it like simmers into your skin, I promise you, when you start getting them whiffs of it yourself, you are going to turn yourself on. Because, baby, it was one time I had this on. And one of the things that I do is, you don't have to. You know, I have my underwear on. And I will go, you know, on the outer part. And then I like to do my belly button because I got a little hair around there. Rub it in, you know. And then, you know, behind your ankles, rub it in there. And if you got a man who gonna have your ankles in the air, you better put these, have your legs in the, you know, looking to the sky. Baby, you better have your ankles moisturized with it too. You get it down there. Baby, one day, because, you know, I had on my drawers. I just had on regular man drawers. I didn't have on my boxer brief. I had on like some regular, you know, Fruit of the Looms. And baby, I bent down. Not for no man. No. No, for myself. I bent down. You know, I bent down. And baby, I swear a whiff just popped me in my face. I was like, oh. Baby, if my man smelled like this down there, because I've been traumatized. I don't know if I want to go down there and smell nobody's because I just feel like I've been traumatized. Please have your man part genitalia hygiene together. Please, I beg of you. I beg, please, because I'm traumatized. I don't think I want to see or smell another one. Anyways, so it gave me the most beautiful waft, and I can't really explain it, but it really gave me like sweet, musky, like sweet, sexy, almost apricot-y type, like my scent, but better. This was so good, baby. And then you have stuff like this, Rollerball Still. This is from Painted Cakes. This is a local black-owned brand here in Dallas, Texas. And, okay, there we go. Yes. So these right here are the same. These, however, are non-toxic. They only use a few ingredients, like 3 or 4 ingredients. So this one right here, ladies, don't take my word for it, please. Hey, I'm not a doctor, but from what I hear, you can put this closer to your areas and you won't irritate it. Don't put it on top of it, on it. I'm just saying, you know how I said I did on the outside. Supposedly, you're able to do that with this and it will not irritate you. Don't take my word for it. Call them, DM them, and say Durant said, and then, you know, just, you know, clarify it from them. But this one right here, because it's non-toxic and it's perfume oil, you can put this all over. It's not irritating or anything like that. It doesn't have the chemicals in. Like, I don't know if these have like any harmful chemicals. I mean, it don't matter because we put it all over our bodies anyway. But this here is non-toxic. And these right here, they pack an amazing punch as well. And on top of this, they have the actual spray or the parfums to top it off. If you're one of those people who are extra and you just want to really, you know, project. But if you want to just smell good, give that intimate sillage, these right here, and not be harmful, this right here will get you your life. Now, another one is kind of similar, and this is Brown Sugar Babe's perfume oils. And I'm going to tell you right now, please, please, proceed with caution. Don't be dishonest. That's caution. Y'all didn't give Mariah Carey's Caution album enough love. But I'm here to tell you that album is the bomb. But this right here, in particular, this is Brown Sugar Babe's Kiss Me. Yes, I was supposed to go to Brown Sugar Babe's event today. I take care of a mother. Things happen. Sorry. You know, if it's meant to be, I'll be somewhere. I don't know. It's just, I'm a caregiver. I work hard and I'm a caregiver and things just happen. But these are so powerful. These are powerful. However, I love the power. I love the power. And I watched Vanilla. And Vanilla has one. Vanilla says she has to keep hers in the box because it's so strong. So that's why I say proceed with caution. Because these are powerful. But I don't give a damn. Because Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. So what I do with these, you can do it the same way as you do with the matte. But I like to already be lotioned up. And this is a perfume oil. So right here, a lot of people put it on the pulse points. And with these, you'll get a sillage. You get intimate and like, baby, woo. Ooh, this is, Kiss Me is the bomb. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so good. Kiss Me is the bomb. Ooh, I just put it on my nose. Please don't get a pimple. Please, please, please. I don't need no more. This is so good. So, you know, you do your pulse points and you'll be fine, you know, behind your knees, you know, dab there, ankles if you got you a good man. Don't just be putting your legs to the air for just any man who just talking sweet nothings to you. I don't care how fine he is. Don't be doing that. And you ain't had him tested at the clinic neither. Don't do that neither. I'm just saying if he a good man. He a good man, Savannah. He's a good man. And you done tested him to make sure he good and clean. You know, then you put your legs in the air. But I'm just, you know, just so when I say put the things on your ankles for that man to have your legs in the air, not just for any man. Don't do that. Don't be fooled by light skin or pretty smile or dark skin or the pretty smile and 6 feet tall. No, we have to move past that. Ladies, gay men, we have to move past that. I've been past it. Like they be saying, you need to date the nerds, love the nerds. That's all I done like. They just about the same as the 6 foot tall with the pretty smiles and you know and the big penises. I mean, there's no winning. I mean, what do we do? What do I do next? But anyways, I don't know why I went there. Anyways, with these. Sorry, my chair is just ragged. I'm hitting the wall. But these here, the pulse points, you'll be fine. And you'll project like you do have a spray on. But me, I'm a little dramatic. So I like to squirt, 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 squirt. Squirt, squirt. Put a lot on. Baby, I'm rubbing this in. Now, you can put it up here if you want to. If you're strong, now that I'm stronger, you put that on. Baby, I'm telling you. Proceed with caution. I'm strong. But if you put it up here, you do that, you in danger. Because that thing is going to project and have you like, woo. Baby, I put it on like it's body oil. Because I just want, and then on top of it, I'm wearing the body oil with this. Baby, this right here, I put on my SPF. And I rubs this on my open areas and up here. Baby, I gets my freaking life. So Brown Sugar Babe is if you really want to project like a spray, this would be perfect. Now I'm trying to figure out like, what was my point of this? Anyways, let's just keep going. Now, of course, we are talking about a SKNMUSE. SKNMUSE are perfume oils. These can last you a long periodically time. Baby, I will show you. This is the Divine perfume oil, but I messed it up with this. This is the one that's got the Egyptian honey. Very sexy, very sweet, very soft, very powdery. And this one here is Mirage. This is their new one, but this one right here is limited edition. You can get 15% off in the description box using my code Durant, baby, on your first order, unfortunately. Or you can use another. You can use another email. I don't know. I didn't say that. I don't know. I don't know if you can use a different email and just use my code again. I don't know. I don't know. That's not what they told me. But anyways, this one right here is if you kind of like your gourmand. These, I really love these. I really honestly love these. This have nothing to do with me being an ambassador. But when it comes to these, first of all, this goes with just about anything. This one in particular, this one does as well. Shout out to Beyonce who introduced me to this brand. Even though I don't know Beyonce, but Beyonce did introduce me to this brand. No shade. But these here, and they have a little ball here. I forgot. This one here is the Tiger Ball, I believe. If you're into that type of stuff. Oh, it's so good. Powdery, sweet, sexy. I need another one of these. SKNMUSE. I need another one. This is all I got. So, with these, I like to put them behind my ear. Now, make sure you clean them behind your ear when you take a bath. You have to really clean back there, okay? We're not just putting fragrance on top of, dirt. You have to make sure all this is clean because I like to have it, back here. And then with these here, I told you I like to dab. And so usually I'll do it with my, tank top because my tank top is darker. But I do that like boots because, it's powerful, but it still has a softness to it. Still gotta run it there, run it, dab it, do a dab there. And these right here, actually, they project so well. If you put a fragrance on top of it, I understand. But you wouldn't necessarily need one. Like when I do my pay for your saves, that I have that link down there too, baby. Hey, getting my life this week, getting my life, making that money. So when you do that and you go to these office spaces or whatever, this is when you want to smell good, but you don't want to offend anybody. So, what I say, oh, that smells so good. That smells so good. Hold on. I need to put on the fragrance. Hold on, just say it. Hold on. That smells so good. That just smells like I just made a whole mess. That smells so freaking good. Let me gather my life. Baby, this is Maldives in a bottle. Now, the moral of the story is, if you want something that's soft, if you want something that's longer lasting, start with the perfume oils. Or if you're somebody who really just want to figure out what you like, I would say when it comes to perfume oils, I would start there, to see if you like that. And then also if you're one of those people like, I want to wear fragrances, but I get too irritated soon. I get too irritated quickly. Perfume oils, there are a lot of perfume oils that are non-toxic that will be safe for people who may have allergies, who may be allergic to scents. But a lot of times, no shade, some of y'all be saying y'all have allergies and y'all ain't been to no allergy doctor. Like when people say, I'm allergic to cats. And it's just like, are you allergic to cats via allergy doctor, or are you just because you have allergy symptoms when you see a cat? That could be your mind. Because, my granny used to tell me your mind can kill you. Okay? Now, I hate when people say they have allergies. I'm allergic to fragrance. You're not allergic to fragrance. If you haven't went to a doctor and had them needles put in your back like I did it twice. I did it twice. They did one day for the food, one day for everything else. And then after that, 6 months later, you have to do it again. So if you ain't done that, you can't be talking about you allergic. But if you feel like you're allergic to scent, start with a perfume oil. I would say for me, I want to eventually maybe one day graduate to just using perfume oil. And I think if I were ever given a chance to come out with a fragrance, I would want to come out with a fragrance oil, perfume oil. Because it feels like, first of all, it seemed like every influencer or content creator is doing fragrances. So that'll be one way to be a little different. Because, I just like to be a little different. But I would also just do it because I really love the whole concept of fragrance oils, and especially the oils that really kind of tell a story on your skin. Like, for instance, when it comes to Riddle, This for me, I know it sounds dramatic, but to me it tells the story of you via fragrance, because this goes into your skin and simmers into your skin and becomes something different on you. It becomes you through the fragrance. Whereas when I wear this, becoming me. I know that's just, boy, you trying to be philosophical. Please stop. You know, I got to be in philosophy in college. Okay, don't try me. Don't try me. So when it comes to preference, I wouldn't say I have a preference, but I would say if you are a person who's trying to figure out what it is you like, I would say start with perfume oil. And it's a more affordable way to figure out, you know, your journey into fragrance. Speaking of that, if you want to really know what your journey is, you can go down that link. There is a Cersei Centals where I will consult with you. I know you're probably like, who do you think you are? I'm nobody. I'm just a nobody. Trying to tell everybody. You know, you can tell me what you like. My therapist came up with this idea really for me, okay? Because, you know, she wanted to know what her scent was she wanted to find a fragrance based on her style. And I was like, you know, you don't inspire me. And she was like, yes, you should do it. So I am doing it. You know, I will hook you up. You know, if you got allergies or whatever the case may be, baby, go on down to Cersei Centals. I will hook you up and come out with a curated list just for you. And then also you get to spend time with me. I mean, what? You will sign an NDA. You will. So you will pay and you will sign it in, because I'm gonna say something. I don't know what I might say in there. I might say something crazy in there, and I don't want you going on live and saying what I said with that. Well, you can, but you will pay me. Pay me what you want me. But anyways, yeah, if this is an easy way to break it, if you're somebody who's trying to learn what you want, like what you want to do as far as fragrance, you don't want to just, you know, just pop out, especially if you're a nurse or teacher or something, you just don't want to offend somebody. This is a good way to smell good and not be offensive. And so one day, like I was saying, I would like to graduate to where I'm just only using perfume oils, because I really do love them. Even though I want to be the life of the party, but I mean, I can walk in and still own the room just by my presence. I really don't need to, you know, have my fragrance follow me. I mean, my whole walk, I can be down in the dumps. Like I'm very sad today. Like, you know, I've had a day, but ain't no way I'm gonna walk in anybody's room with my head down. I'm walking in like, baby, I got $1 million in the bank and I got negative 25. Yeah, hey, you ain't finna tell me nothing. Now, speaking of that, well, not speaking of that, shout out to Samir Grey. One by Samir Grey is coming out tomorrow, baby. We are going to talk about it. I'm going to interview Kai Spencer. Baby, we're going to talk about that. Baby, I'm so excited. Like, I had a moment. Well, you know, I've been saying, you know, people been talking about manifestation. I don't really know if I believe in manifestation and all that stuff. And so I've been kind of one of those people that's kind of questioning. But I've been trying to fight the power and try to do what I can to be like who I want to be. You know what I mean? I feel like low-key, I feel like, you know, that could be like some hokey-pokey, you know, hocus-pocus, witchcraft stuff that y'all be trying to do with this manifestation. I'm just like, but we were taught, you know, whatever it's going to be, it's going to be the Lord's will. It's going to be what it's going to be. You can't just hocus-pocus your way into getting things. So whatever you got, baby, that's what you meant to have. And so I was just like, no, Durant, don't do that. You just got to fight the power. So I've been trying to write stuff down. And baby, one thing that I wrote down was that I really want a black queer man to come out with something in fragrance so I can support. Never did I know, and it's so weird. I'm not trying to make it like a hocus pocus dominosis. I'm not trying to do that. But baby, when I tell you I was scrolling down Instagram, I would start following this man. I didn't know who he was, and that's not to say he wasn't nobody, because from what I learned, because I'm very much researching him, and what I've learned, I was just like, hold on, why was this man in my life? Because you have worked with these people, you done did this. Well, like, why was you over here, baby? So I'm not to say he wasn't nobody, because he's definitely. Baby, that man has done some things. And I'm just like, what? But I'm so proud, just as a black gay man, I'm so proud. And so I was just scrolling down. I didn't know who he was. Never heard of him in my life. I just saw this pretty black man with a bald head. You know, bald head, as soon as I see a bald head, I'm like, a bald-headed man. You know, that's the first thing I be like, I don't know what it is about bald. I don't know. But I stopped. I saw the fragrance because the fragrance bottle kind of looked like Henry Rose. He said that was, you know, they do same manufacturing company, so that's why they're a little similar. And so I went on there, and then, you know, I just went on the page, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get this because, you know, this is what I want. You know, I want to support a black queer. You know, I'm only saying that because he said that in an interview. That's the only reason I'm saying the queer part. He said that. I'm not just assuming he is, okay? That's what was said in the interview. And so I said I was just going to talk about it. I posted on my post, like, should I get this fragrance? And people were saying that I should, you know. And so I was like, I was going to get it anyway, but I figured I just wanted to talk to y'all. And so I said I'm going to talk about it on live and try to get people, you know, to hear ye. You know, we're going to support him. We need to support him because, you know, support, especially he's black and he's gay, because so we definitely got to support him, baby, for me. And so I said I was going to talk about it on the live, and I talked about it on live, and lo and behold, beholding lo, shout out to Jesse Woo. Baby, that man was in the comments, and it's just kind of been like a surreal moment. So all to say that I will be getting the fragrance, and we will be talking about it this week, and I will be talking to the brand owner, which is truly gonna be an honor. I'm gonna try to make it the best that I can make it, you know, because, you know, I'm trying to tap into my journalistic, you know, because, you know, I went to NBC for my little internship. It was a nightmare, baby, because, baby, when I tell you, did I ever tell you about when I worked at NBC? Aside from that man that I really thought I loved, you know, blocking me and everything, baby, they were like ghost town in there. When I tell you those people, those news anchors, they were all like robots in there. I was like, ooh, I hated it. I hated it bad. And nobody talked to nobody hardly. It was just kind of like everybody was moving like. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. So we're going to support one by Samir Grey. I will have the link in the description box where you can check out where you can purchase it. But I will be talking about doing first impressions, all those things. And I will holler at you on the next one. Please take care of yourself and everybody around you. Hey, just as best as you can. All right? I'll talk to you later. Peace.